Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video we're going to talk about identity shedding. During your spiritual journey, you can go through a situation where you feel different. Like you don't really know what it is. You've made it to a certain point where you were going through a difficult situation. You found the strength to make it out of that situation, and now that everything's kind of leveled out, you begin to feel different. And a lot of times it could be that you're going through identity shedding. You've decided to make a change and you've realized that you no longer want to be that version of yourself. And in order to become a better, higher vibrational version of yourself, you have to shed your old identity. So in today's video, I've compiled some videos to talk about identity shedding and what it is and how to go through it. So without further ado, let's get into the videos.
So for a lot of us, right, we experience shedding our old identities, and what that can really bring sometimes is temporary like depression and things like that, because we're literally like once we're losing the self that we once knew to step into our new light of our higher consciousness that's truly calling us. So when you have that spark within that it's time to like be this new person and not care what no one else says on the external, that's when, that it's major confirmation that you officially flip that switch and that you're about to receive all types of abundance. But you can't keep going back and forth because of a temporary environment or something. You got to stay true to yourself and keep pushing forward and use affirmations to an advantage. 369, watch your life start to really get right.
If you've been sad for no reason, this might be why. Let's chat about it. Sometimes identity begins as grief. You're mourning an identity, a purpose, a pace that just no longer fits you, and you can't quite name what's gone. But you feel it. That ache, that's your soul unclenching from the roles that no longer serve you. Sure, it's uncomfortable, but it's holy work. You're shedding so you can begin again.
Becoming her is actually sacrificing who you've been. Yeah, let's talk about it. An identity shift requires elevation. It requires for you to step outside of your normal box and become her. Become the person who you think you can't be. You literally have all the tools. You just have to step into it. You can't think that you will become another person and you're going to stay in the same things that you've been in. You actually have to update a lot of times the things you do your day to day. Because a lot of times who you are right now is okay. But to become her, you have to change your thought process. You have to change your daily habits. You have to update everything so you can actually be the person you want to be. You got this.
Evolution can hurt. Okay, one of the best things that I've ever learned is that the deeper that I commit to truth, the more life is going to reshape itself around it. People are going to drift, paths will diverge. I'm going to shed old versions of myself to make space for new ones, but sometimes it's going to hurt. It can hurt to feel distance between you and somebody who used to know every corner of your life, to feel resentment in somebody else's energy when they smile in your face, to sit in a room full of people that may love you, but to feel like you don't belong there anymore, to outgrow a role that maybe you worked really hard to get and that you used to be really proud of, to realize that certain routines and habits that you used to swear by no longer support you. This one was a big one for me, but to realize that the fun that you used to have doesn't feel as free anymore, and to have to sort of relearn what brings you joy in adulthood now that you've changed. It's hard, and sometimes it can feel like a loss that you have to grieve, and you should. But what I've come to understand is that it's not abandonment, it's alignment. And people are going to make you feel really bad. They're going to say, oh, you're acting brand new. But the truth is that when you mature, your frequency shifts. And what's no longer an energetic match is going to fall away. So to us, what may feel like human loss is actually cosmic precision. What feels like loneliness is the sacred void, like space being made for what's true and what's for you. What feels like life getting isolating could be a moment of soulful initiation. so that the people, the contracts, the resources, the places, the things meant to meet you on your path moving forward will have the space to find you. So stay rooted in what's true and what's for you.
You watch my videos, I attracted you to this. I manifested you to watch this. So what I want to talk about, family, is this intense energy shift that a lot of us chosen ones have really been going through, and how it's been making a lot of us feel uncomfortable because it's forcing us to step into our light and shed this old identity that we was holding on to, right? Where we can't like really work. Maybe we can't work at these jobs no more. You know, it's a lot harder to stay at these jobs, to get a job, to be around people, be around certain people, all types of stuff, right? I know for me personally, I've been in an isolation period, an intense isolation period, and it's been a lot of lessons that's been coming in that isolation period. And I know a lot of people on, like, when I make my my TikTok videos and things like that, they're able to relate to that. They relate to that. So I feel like a lot of other people in the world are going through similar things, right? And the reason being is because, like, if you notice out in the media right now, it's real intense, bro. You see everything right now. You see the streaming beef going on. You see, you know, this dramatic stuff going on with the weather in the world, all types of stuff to distract us away from this energy shift, because this energy shift is meant to transform us into our greater self, right? Being able to manifest and tap into our powers, bro. We're not meant to be no slaves at no jobs. I mean that with everything I say. You know, I'm not saying that go and post content. Like, some people aren't meant to post content, you know what I'm saying? But like, do something that's outside of that so that you could truly find yourself. Because living paycheck to paycheck, you're just fulfilling someone else's dream. Someone else had that dream, and a lot of people was talking down on them, and they did it, and now they have people working under them. You want to be your own boss, right? Listen to me, bro. Go after it. You know, have a balance. You can still work a job, but still focus on what you need to do, because this energy shift is allowing us to really tap into our greater self so easily, to be able to manifest our dream life, being able to manifest the infinite wealth, right? The freedom, the travel, whatever it is. But you have to really believe in yourself. A lot of the times when we give ourselves a plan B route, things start to become stagnant because we create energy blockages out of illusions in this world. This is the world that we create. We are the creators. That's why so much stuff that's pushed out on the media to distract us, it calls for our energy. That's what fuels these elites, whatever you want to call them, right? To keep us from awakening, because the more you awaken, the more you find yourself. You start realizing that a lot of this stuff is illusions. A lot of this shit is bullshit. A lot of these people are bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this energy is fake. You know, like when you come around certain people, it's fake vibes, fake. You start seeing it. They don't want you to see it. They want you to be in constant anxiety, overthinking, not being able to tap into your powers, right? So this video right now, if you're seeing this, is meant for you to tap in with your powers, yo. It's meant for you to do it. It's meant for you to go after what you've been feeling. If you should do it or not, this is a confirmation to do it. It's never too late to get started with anything. If you put a pause on something for a little bit because life has been lifing, you can always get back started when you feel called to. But truly do it. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. Don't let them plant seeds in your subconscious mind. If you're around certain people, you know, you just been having this shift go on, separate yourself, become isolated for a little bit if you have to. A lot of lessons come out of that. And when you start to really trust yourself and love yourself, and you don't depend on other people for validation, right? A lot comes out of that. A lot of opportunity and a lot of blessings, right? Confirmation. I literally just looked up at the time on the phone. It was 4:44. So whoever's watching this video is divine. You're about to get everything that you've always wanted, you've always desired, right? Write it down. You know, be dramatic with this. Believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna come and save you, because this is such a different route than what other people are taking, right? Adapt to this energy shift. Use it for your advantage, right? This is the type Like, okay, so the other day, it's crazy. This is synchronicity. In the song, it literally has said something about Scorpion. As soon as it says Scorpion, at the same time I seen a Scorpion logo. Scorpion symbolizes a lot of transformation. Right now, if you're seeing this, it's a lot of transformation going on. Take this as a sign, right? And get started with whatever you are thinking. I know you want to, so go and do it. Don't let them stop you. You never want to be on your deathbed at the end of your life being like, damn, I wish I would have did that, but I didn't because this person said something. Let them project their failures, right? But don't receive it. Send that shit right back.
If you're seeing this right now, then I have a good feeling that you've been dying. You've been dying to who you were, and that is all being stripped away, right? And this is kind of a gross analogy, but I thought about it this morning. You know when you blow your nose, you are not attached to the snot that comes out and you just put it in a tissue and you throw it away. That's kind of how you have to be right now. You are blowing the snot out of your system. You're eradicating an old nervous system that's no longer resonant with your vehicle, your sacred, beautiful human vehicle that's being restored to its true power. So take a sneeze, just let it exfoliate, let it come out of your body, right? And don't be attached. It's just like a snake shedding its skin. It's gone. It's no longer that skin. It's no longer that identity. And the same with you right now. You are shedding something major. You really are. And what does that do? It makes you open. It makes you clear. It makes you to be in a state of being able to receive what is really true to you rather than having a nervous system that's been reacting to a conditioned past. So who are you as you shed what you no longer are?
Hey y'all, and good morning. I really want to talk about something that's been in my head a lot lately. It's a lot of things that always be in my head and quotes and stuff, so I have to get it out because it can't just stay in there. It's gonna come out. So you got a lot more coming from me. A lot more. But I really want to talk about this thing that my boss will always tell me. She will always be like, in this journey and in this life, the right people will come. And that's something I've been thinking about lately. Because I realized too, when you start speaking your truth, you're going to have, many people fray away from you. Because when they're not used to you being the full version of yourself, it's going to cause a ruckus, it's going to cause a stir. So it's like, oh no, I'm not used to you speaking up, I'm not used to you saying things, but it's like, I wasn't in my fullest potential yet. And sometimes, people can be around you when you are what they're saying always go. Sometimes people would like you to be in a size that they can withstand. And when you break that size that they can withstand, all hell is gonna break loose. And I think about that as well. And I also think of the saying that people always say that, God will hide you in plain sight. That way, when the right people come along, they're gonna know what to do with you. And that's really all I gotta say on that topic. And I love y'all and see y'all later. Mwah.
It's been 8 hours since I shifted my simulation. I did this at 5:30 a.m. this morning. I woke up and I told myself that I no longer wanted to identify with the old me. And I was going to hold myself accountable by documenting my journey here on TikTok. Now, if you don't know what a simulation is basically your belief system is mirroring your reality. So whatever you believe about yourself or believe you should receive, that is exactly what you're going to get in the 3D world. In order to change this 3D world, which is a simulation, a video game, I like to say, you have to go in and do the reprogramming, almost like a computer system. And how you do it is you just stop doing the things that the old you used to do. And when those old things try to come up on you to try to trick you back into that old identity, you're going to say this affirmation: everything is sinking in my favor and I don't need to go back to understand. What this is going to do, this is going to force your subconscious to let go of the old you, because you are saying that I do not identify that as that no more. So you're going to move forward. Your brain only understands what you are telling it. If you'd like to follow my journey or my simulation to see how my reality changes, because I'm going to be giving you raw footage and letting you know my ups and downs, hit that follow button because you don't want to miss, because you're going to want to leave too. You don't want to get left behind.
You're not stuck. You're addicted to the personality that got you through hell. The version of you that held on to the trauma. The version of you that stayed quiet so that you wouldn't have any fights. The one that would always say, I'm fine, but inside their soul was bleeding. What if I told you that you're not there anymore? You're not healing because you're broken. You're healing because you finally decided to stop lying to yourself. Glow up ain't gonna fix this. You need a funeral for the identity that you created. Let the version of you that kept everybody comfortable die. Comment she's gone if you're gonna start to clean out the closet. I don't want to just help you feel better. I want you to become a person you're extremely proud of. This isn't just coaching, it's reclaiming your place. And if you're ready to choose yourself, I got a spot for you.
Come here. I gotta tell you something. I don't know if you know this, but snakes, when they're shedding their skin, there's a moment when a snake goes temporarily blind. As that snake is transitioning from one identity to another, the snake's unable to see, right? Going into the unknown. And if you're in a moment in your life right now where you're going from one version of you to a version of you that maybe you've caught glimpses of but haven't yet embodied, my invitation to you is to trust. There's a beautiful quote from a guy called Terrence McKenna, and it goes like this. This is how magic is done. I jumped into the abyss and I realized that it was just a bed of feathers. And that thing, that identity, that version of you that maybe you've been scared to jump into, probably has everything you want and so much more on the other side of the discomfort that you're afraid to move through. And I wonder how it would feel right now if you just decided to be that version of you who's courageous enough to shed this skin and see who you'll be on the other side. If this resonated with you, share it with a friend, tag a friend, and have a beautiful day.
In order for you to step into this new version of yourself that you are calling in, this new chapter, this new opportunity, this new job, this new relationship, this new you, it's going to require a new identity. It's going to require transformation. It's going to require the old to burn away and to die and to really fall off so you can really transition into becoming the best version of yourself. It's going to require you to fully step into this new version of yourself that is confident, that knows who they are, that knows that they are loved and that they are safe. It's about regulating your nervous system and really knowing that this new chapter of you is going to require more trust and more love in yourself and in God and in the relationships around you. It's going to require you to let go of the old skin. The caterpillar has to transform into the butterfly, and it's about you thanking your old self, thanking that old version of you so much, because it got you to where you are today and where this new chapter is leading you into. So always be thankful for your old version of yourself. You can never evolve with hate and with anger and with animosity towards yourself, or with feeling cringiness. You can only evolve with love and with compassion and thanking that version of yourself, because she did the best that she could, and because of her you are here now. So just being so grateful for that release and letting go of that change that is coming into your new life, and really embracing it with open arms and knowing that it's okay to let go. It's okay to go. It's okay to go to new places. It's okay to make decisions. You are safe to do so. And it's okay to really be in this new identity, because you say who you say you are. And that's that.
Even when we know we need to make a change, we can't properly become a new person until we shed the old identity. And that's usually where a lot of us get tripped up. We usually think we can just start doing new things and then the old version of us will just fade away. But we actually need to go through this process of shedding. This idea of shedding is understanding how some habits or behavior patterns, even some people in your life, are not really bringing out the best in you, and they're not really bringing you to the person that you want to be. These things are not really holding you back as much as they are holding you down from elevating into your higher self. And eventually you can even get to the point where you have too much weight, and that's when you actually hit rock bottom. So practice shedding what's holding you down. Stay aware and stay creative.
When you are manifesting changes in your reality, you are also letting go of the old way of being. And if we hold on and resist letting go of that old reality, the process of transformation can be a lot more painful than it needs to be. This is an exercise that will help you in releasing the old so you can make room for the new to come in. Here's how we release the old version of us. Super simple, but so powerful. Write a list of all of the things that you desire to bring into your reality, like every detail. Then on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to list out all of the reasons that you think you can't have it, aka your limiting beliefs. Once you run out of things to write down, go through every single limiting belief, see if you can trace how this affects you in your life. Because the fact that you're even having the fear or the thought or you're writing down the reason means it's a limiting belief. It's not impacting what you are receiving in the future, it's impacting you right now. So pinpoint those patterns of how this shows up in your life. How does it affect how you attract relationships, partners, friendships, how you make money, your job, your career, your opportunities? Here's where it gets super powerful. Your brain's limbic system processes everything through emotion and images, which is why visualization is so powerful. Because of this, you are going to safely burn that sheet of paper. When you burn that sheet of paper that is associated with all of those negative emotions, your limbic system doesn't just see fire, it is processing it as a real release of those limiting beliefs, literally changing your neural pathways in your brain, shifting your reality on an energetic and neurological level. Now watch your manifestations walk right into your life. If you're ready for massive, massive changes in your life, check out all my resources on my page.
All right, everyone. So I chose this video as my last one because I think she provided an example of a great exercise to work on identity shedding and transitioning into identity shifting and quantum leaping, which is what my next video is going to be about. So I hope these videos helped you if you're going through a transition in life after experiencing something major and now you're at a point where you're trying to figure things out and figure out why everything feels so different, why you feel different, why certain people are no longer a part of your life and certain habits. You get to a certain point where you learn that you have to shed your old identity in order to become your higher self and a better version of you. So let me know what you think about this and if you're experiencing this now. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye for now.